Today, we're in the woods looking for some fatwood. Fatwood is a byproduct of pine trees. Essentially, it's just wood that is completely saturated with sap, which is extremely flammable. When harvested properly, it makes for an excellent fire starter and an absolute necessity in any survival situation, given its ability to catch a flame in some of the harshest conditions. Now we're gonna find some and we're gonna harvest some, and I'm gonna show you how in this video. Step one, obviously, is to pray to the fatwood gods. Now, to find fatwood, you gotta be able to identify a pine tree both dead and alive. This here is a pine tree. As you can see, it's got very distinctive looking bark. It's very thick and bulky bark. And this here, I think it's an oak tree. I'm not really good at identifying trees, but pine trees are very unique looking. And if you look up, you can see the canopy is green with all those pine needles on it. That tells me that it's a pine tree. So typically when a branch on a pine tree dies, it loses all its bark. You'll see these branches that are dead and they just lose all the bark on it. And what happens is the tree seals itself with sap to pretty much keep out this bacteria that could potentially kill the tree if it's exposed to this bad bacteria. So it shoots a lot of sap through that branch and seals it off to the base of the tree. And that's how fatwood is made. Now, when you're going out looking for fatwood, I would recommend bringing a hatchet. That way you can just chop and see if you can see that red amber, that sap saturated wood. It's very unique looking. It almost looks like, you can even find it on the most, like on a tree that's been dead for like 20 years, because the sap preserves the branch off the tree, the fatwood itself. So I recommend bringing an axe just to kind of inspect, but I would also recommend this here. It's a little saw. It's a Corona razor tooth, little 7-inch folding saw. It's just so good at cutting. I will leave a link to this. I got it on Amazon. For some reason, it's really difficult to find at Lowe's, but definitely invest in one of these. That way you can just saw the branch off as close to the base of the pine as possible. And don't go, you wanna saw a branch that is dead. And you can tell it's dead because it's got all the bark ripped off. And also you wanna look for branches that are kind of at like a 45-degree angle with each other. That's a pointer that I heard from a separate video, and it seems to be pretty accurate. So something to consider, but yeah, let's go get some fatwood. Just pull it right, just pull it right. You might be able to, I saw it.
Hey, I was gonna kick it.
Oh yeah, kick it that way? Okay.
This is a good piece.
Look at that, that's beautiful. Wow, dude, good find, man.
It's like an old like antique store.
Yeah, smells
good.
Smells like turpentine. See that?
Smells fresh.
That's a beautiful piece of fatwood right there. Beautiful. Prospect down here. Right here is a down pine tree, and you can see this branch right here. So I'm just gonna shave. It's very sturdy. It's no fatwood, but we also have this one right here. Fortunately, it's again no fatwood, but that doesn't mean stop looking on the tree, because sometimes you go a little further down the tree that's down, some of these branches would have fatwood. You'd be seeing it by now. Now this here is a prime example of a pine tree that's very much dead, and you can tell it's dead because of the bark that's kind of just falling off in patches up there. This tree is just waiting to fall down. Now when it does fall down, you can see all those branches up there. Laying down, those will be much easier to get to, obviously. Plus this thing will be really dangerous to climb given its current state. But once that tree falls, all those branches up there, guaranteed there's like a mother load of fat wood. Especially that big dead one right there. So right here we have this very big, very healthy pine tree. But right next to it, and this probably stemmed from a side root of the tree. We'll come over here. This is a very dead piece of pine. If you look up, all branches off. You can see some rot in there. Now sometimes, if you look at the very base of this, just kind of clear up this sort of stuff. Just kind of feeling around, and then you're looking for that dark amber. That's some fat wood there, and there's also a nice little ant house in there. So I'm not really gonna dig into this fat wood, but so you can see this cool little ants there. But also that's some beautiful fat wood. Smells like turpentine. Now I'm gonna let these ants enjoy their home. I just wanted to show you guys. Ooh, it smells so good. Smell this, baby. That's a good piece, huh? Yeah, that's a good piece. Yeah. Unfortunately, my GoPro doesn't really autofocus, so it's whatever. But yeah, that's some fat wood. All right, here's another kind of branch. I was like right to the side of this decently healthy pine tree. I cut it off. See that dark amber in there? It was just standing like that. So I checked it with my axe, and look at that. This is a beautiful, solid piece of fat wood. It smells so good. This is good stuff. I'm curious at how far up it goes. We're gonna harvest this back at the house. It's good stuff. I'm probably just gonna cut this piece off. Hopefully we got that dark amber color on the other side. Shave this bark off, see what we got inside. Oh yeah. And that's it. This is a beautiful piece of fat wood, and it smells amazing. Just get these little shavings off. All these right here, all these, oh, this is beautiful, extremely flammable stuff. And then to get that fire going, I'm gonna take my knife and just kind of shave some pieces. They're flying all over the place, but just kind of shave some off. And you don't need a lot to keep this flame going for a while. And typically what I'll do is I'll take this little piece here and take it on a backpacking trip and just shave it down, get a fire going if I desire. And you can also just shave some dust off there. And then using my ferrocerium rod, see if we can get this first try. Second try. And this whole thing is going to ignite. And this is plenty of flame to get a decent fire going. And that's no manipulation there. Just a simple spark. This flame will go for at least 5 minutes. It's almost easier with a ferrocerium rod, but just to show you guys how flammable this is. And you can even, the autofocus is horrible on my GoPro, but you can even see the oil is kind of leaking out there. That's the sap. And this black smoke here, this actually works as a all-natural bug repellent. I'm gonna put this out because I don't want to waste it. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I still can't believe I found a piece this big. This is like only stuff you see on YouTube, you know what I mean? Until it happens to you. So maybe one day you can get one like this, maybe even bigger. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, or if you just in general like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing to the channel. And until then, I'll see you guys next time.